Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have more major updates regarding the 2024 election. We've got a mega poll, or I should say a MAGA poll, that's come out in the state of Iowa. Of course, we know Trump's going to win Iowa. It's not a swing state anymore, but he's up by 20. It's a very accurate pollster. 538's got this pollster as like the most accurate, and people are freaking out. We're going to go through all of it. We've got a scoop per two sources, including one at CNN. The Biden campaign is trying to renegotiate the debate rules to allow Biden to be seated. So I believe that this is false. We'll see how this develops, but CNN, I heard they denied this. But this is just a horrible look for Biden. It's crazy what's happened the past few days. The video of Biden and Obama, I really didn't think it was a big deal because Biden gives us a clip every single day, and Republicans blew it up, and that's fine. Obviously, they're going to use it as propaganda, but now Democrats are saying, oh, the video is edited. We're going to get to it in a second, but it's just like, I thought the Democrats' strategy going into this election cycle was, yeah, we realize Biden is senile, he can't talk, he's not coherent, we admit that, but Trump is a threat to democracy, he might start World War III, so anyone is better than Trump. That's what I thought they were going with, but they're actually trying to pitch Biden as a legitimate option. They have to clean up all of his messes, and his messes are just him not being able to function. That is the issue with him, and we'll see how he is on June 27th during the debate. If that is true, they're trying to allow Biden to be seated. There's no way they would ask for that. That is especially with the situation with Biden already, major questions on his fitness to run. I think for even 2 or 3 more years. There's no way he's going to last 4 years in his current state. We've got Chicago and Brandon Johnson, the mayor, giving back reparations because apparently, see, this is the exact issue I said during my last video. They're doing everything but fixing the crime problem, and they think, well, because these minorities have been disenfranchised, let's put a Band-Aid on it and give them money, when that just makes the situation worse. You've got to go in hard against crime. That's the first step. Rip the Band-Aid off. That's the way you fix it. These liberal politicians do the same exact thing in these major cities. They will not address the crime issue. They'll say it's racism. Allow it to happen. You know, you can steal $900 worth of stuff, and it just makes the problem worse. CNN's senior political data reporter has come out and said that Trump will likely get more black support than any Republican candidate in 6 decades. But no, Trump's a horrible racist. He's disgusting. And it's actually the black males who are heavily supporting Trump. It's like 30% now and climbing. And if he gets this support, look at this, 7% versus 86%. Trump loses by 40K votes. They blow it up and say he lost by 7 million. That's not true. That's not how the Electoral College works. He lost by 40,000 votes in a few very critical swing states, and the black vote was very important in states like Wisconsin with Milwaukee, in states like Georgia with Atlanta. Some of those voters swing. Look at this, times 3, 7 to 21%. Trump's going to have a lot easier time in states like Wisconsin, even Michigan with Detroit, if he can get a little bit more black support, because that's where the Democrats really run up their numbers, obviously, in those big cities with heavy, densely populated areas. So this is the major poll out of Iowa. You can see Trump at 50%, Biden at 32%. If the poll is right, and it's a big if, Biden is probably down by at least 3 to 5 points in Wisconsin and is therefore a heavy underdog. And all the betting markets are starting to come out. We're seeing the adjusted odds. It's trending more and more in Trump's direction here in the middle of June. Now, you don't want to take a victory lap, but these Iowa numbers, while it's just Iowa, and we all knew that Trump was going to win Iowa anyways, it lends credence to the idea that Trump might be performing better than the polls are saying right now in states like Wisconsin, possibly Michigan, possibly also Pennsylvania. If you're up by 18 points in Iowa and you won it in 2020 by 8 points, a 10-point swing with a very accurate pollster. This is not some crazy Republican pollster. This pollster has a grade of an A+. So even if they're a little bit off to where it's a 15 or a 16-point league, that's still a 7 or 8-point swing in a Midwest state. That's not a swing state anymore, we know that, but it is very interesting. We've got a new forecast coming out, and now Trump's up to around a 72% chance, it looks like, and climbing. This is going to fluctuate, but right now, I would say that's pretty fair. I said a few days ago it was like 65-35. With the recent polls, it's about 70-30 Trump versus Biden, I would say. But yeah, this is updating daily. And you can just see Biden is senile and decrepit, but not sure Obama needed to lead him away. Yeah, Obama did the whole, acted like Biden was a senior citizen. Well, because he is. So I'm not going to fault Obama for that. But but Obama didn't really help Biden there. He's almost like leaning or having Biden lean on him, just like you do with an old person and walking him off very feel. It's like he knows Biden is delicate. MSNBC apparently is freaking out. How does it make you feel that Trump would routinely discuss executing his enemies on the White House lawn? Wow, I didn't know that. That's crazy. That now I'm going to vote for Trump after seeing that. I was a Biden person, but after MSNBC they just informed me that Trump is going to be executing people on the White House lawn, and it's changed my vote. So I appreciate MSNBC for that. Piers Morgan coming out saying the Obama-Biden arm grab wasn't just a senior moment. It was the moment everyone realized the president is not fit for office. This is just ridiculous. Am I living in a twilight zone? You see that moment? This has happened 5 different times in like the past month. There was just something 2 weeks ago. The exact same thing happened. It was even worse, where Biden didn't know where to go. He started spinning in a circle. This whole idea that this is the moment that I think Biden's been showing some significant signs of being too old for years now. So I don't think this is a crazy moment, but it's definitely getting blown up. And now Democrats are trying to lie, saying it's all fake. It's AI. It really is sad. You've got the betting markets updating. Trump at around 56%, Biden 33%. The reason that doesn't add up to 100 is because they are betting markets, and you've got people like RFK with like 2 or 3% chance, Michelle Obama with a 4% chance, and I'm sure Kamala Harris probably with like a 1% chance. Per multiple federal sources, ICE's non-detained docket has exploded to 7.4 million cases, more than double the Trump years, and it's on pace to hit 8 million. Well, if it's at 7.4 right now, it's probably going to hit like 8.5 here towards the end of the year, since it's only June. But yeah, the non-detained docket, I believe that is illegal immigrants just roaming free in the country. That's basically what that is. And so now it's up to 7.4. They're trying to get them all legalized so they can vote in this election. That's how bad it's gotten. We'll see what happens there. We've got Brian Stelter coming out explaining. This stuff is just so crazy that they really did try and use the Russia thing. They're going to bring up Russia again in 2024. Or probably, I would expect a fake Trump-Russia story maybe in late September, early October. It might be their October surprise. The problem for them is they really have nothing left on Trump. He's already ran twice. So any ammunition that they would have had hidden and waiting to hit Trump with, it's already been used. They had really no October surprise in 2020. They had to play defense against the Hunter Biden story. They had nothing crazy on Trump, which is remarkable. I thought Trump was this horrible rapist, sexist, terrible person. You can't find anything in his past anymore. Remember, they dug up the video of Trump with the pussy comment, and everyone's like, it's just, like 30 years ago. It's the same thing with Joe Rogan. Oh, he said the N-word in like 1942. He stole a crayon. He stole a little cracker when he was a baby. That's what they were trying. And then they were trying to do it to Trump. They were like, Trump was really racist when he was like 7 years old with a sippy cup. It's like, nobody cares what happened 15, 20, 30 years ago, especially when it's something minor like words being said. It's so ridiculous. They have to manufacture stuff. It's probably going to be some type of deep fake AI, I'm guessing, when it comes to trying to get Trump on something. Biden-Trump debate rules. Muted mics. Yeah, so I know people like this. I just think the muted mics, I like seeing people interrupt during a debate. That's the whole idea of it. If someone says something you think is wrong, go at them. If we wanted to hear these guys speak 15 minutes uninterrupted, we would watch a rally. So look, I understand they want to keep it civil, the muted mics. We already know what's going to happen with this. You can tell if you're politically savvy. The debate is being hosted by CNN. Trump is someone who likes to talk a lot. He's going to be trying to cut Biden off. His mic is going to be muted. And then the Trump supporters are going to come out and say that CNN is being biased. I think muted mics is going to make it very boring, personally. Again, if you want to hear what these guys think, watch a rally or something. Let's have some arguments back and forth. That's the whole point of a debate. But I know that I'm in the minority on that. I know people like the muted mics a lot. An interesting one. CNN intentionally used a blurry and yellow filter. I actually did a video on this way back then on Joe Rogan, and this was defended. They said that people that love CNN or liberals, they were like, well, because when you run a video that's recorded through an iPhone or like an Instagram video, you run it through the TV, it creates an artificial filter. They're trying to make Joe Rogan look insanely ill because he didn't get the shot. It's just so disingenuous. Yeah, that's really coming. They were like, oh, it's from Instagram, so it goes through a filter or something, trying to defend CNN. They're trying to make him look dead almost, really pale. Here's an interesting one. Mark Cuban saying that people have lost objectivity. I'll let you both in on a secret. Both candidates are very old. It's just so disingenuous to do that. It really is. And they're trying to do like, oh, the video was fake. It's not real. Biden is literally on camera 3 or 4 times shitting himself. Jill has to clean it up. I mean, this is ridiculous. They want him to sit down. This is not a one-time thing. And this is not, oh, they're both so old. Biden's 81, but Trump is like 78, 79. They're basically the same, when it's very obvious that Trump clearly, in terms of cognitive ability, has aged significantly better than Biden. I thought liberals were admitting that and saying, we don't care. Trump is such a huge threat. You know, he's not going to leave the White House. We saw what happened in 2020 with January 6th. I thought that was the narrative, but they're trying to push Biden like he's this racehorse that's still fit and ready to serve. This is absurd. Both candidates are old, very disingenuous, and that doesn't accurately represent what's going on with the cognitive decline between Biden and Trump. And I thought that was known, but no, the new narrative now is Biden is fine. It's all deep fakes. He never shit himself. He's fine, and he's ready for the debate, and I guess he's going to be standing for the debate. I think that the idea of him not standing for the debate, look at this. MAGA is lying. There's a new lie. Like, what are we doing? There's 10 videos of this crap. It's not just one single moment. That's why when you see videos like this, you don't really say anything, because it's like, this is the 15th one. This is the 16th one. He squats like 4 or 5 times. He's about to shit himself. And you've got multiple videos of him. He shouldn't be running. This is very sad. And I said this yesterday. I detailed it. Why are they running Biden? Because they thought Kamala Harris. First, they wanted Kamala Harris to be the nominee. The big donors got behind her. And then she sucked during the debates. Nobody liked her. They all rallied behind Biden, but they made her the VP because, remember, these people are obsessed with race. If you've got Biden on an old white dude, you've got to get a minority female as the VP. Trust me, that's legitimate. That's why they did that. And they also think Kamala's like this young, up-and-coming politician. She's horrible. She's even worse than Biden. In the only poll, they don't do many, but they do some polls, Trump versus Kamala, and she does, 3 or 4 points worse, and that's with her in the background. Imagine if she becomes the actual figurehead if Biden steps down. They're stuck now with Biden. They're trying to fit a square peg into a round hole. He should not be running, but they really have nothing else. They can't run Harris. She's even worse. And this is actually a big problem now, because Trump and Republicans can say, listen, Biden at this point, we know how old he is. Is he really going to last another 4 years? Is he really going to make it to 85? He might only make it another year. And then Harris is your new president for 3 years. That is a scary proposition. Having a bad VP is going to significantly hurt Biden. And that's why we've seen all these polls and many different experts come out and say that Trump is the heavy favorite. You get Iowa polls, Midwest state, where Trump is now got an 8 or a 9 point swing. He won it in 2020 by 8 points. He's up by 18 with an A+ pollster. And, whether this moment is real, you want to call it a deep fake, there's like 20 other moments of Biden. Why are you, the argument is just so ridiculous. The guy, I want to see Biden like try and move his hands really fast and see if he can actually do it. Maybe during the debate, Trump could say, if I'm Trump, I'd be like, can you just say the ABCs as fast as possible? Just honestly, it's not to make fun of Biden. It's just showing he's not fit for the White House. But like, they're like, oh my God, what is the point of defending Biden? They really should just use the point and say, well, Trump, look at what he did in 2020. It's horrible. We know Biden sucks. We know he can't form a sentence, but Trump is so bad and dangerous that he's got to stay out of the White House. We've got to do whatever we can. Anything's better than that. That's what they should go with. This is just disingenuous. This idea that, oh, it's all deep fakes. Biden's fine. They're both old. Mark Cuban coming out. They're both old. Oh, yeah. That is completely disingenuous when it comes to Trump versus Biden. And I think liberals know that. It's such a bullshit argument.